Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the room. I'm so glad you're with me. Today, I want to talk to you about going for things even if you are not ready or you don't feel like you are prepared. It's okay to do things scared. It's okay to do things before you're ready because in the process of doing things before you're ready, you're getting yourself ready. You're exposing yourself to new things and taking a bigger risk on yourself. For me, I had to take a risk on myself to take someone's advice who suggested, why don't you become a Zumba instructor? At the time, I did Zumba for fun. It was something that I did in my free time with my friend, and we would just go do Zumba classes. And I did Zumba at home, and it was just fun for me. And then someone suggested, why don't you do the Zumba instructor course? It's not that bad, and you could be an instructor. So I was like, really? And I never thought of myself as a Zumba instructor, but I decided that year to take a risk on myself. That was the year, what was it? 2017. And I actually happened to be cleaning through my stuff, and I was going through things like going through my old gym bag, and I found one of the old registration forms for this was the registration form for the Zumba class. You see how old it is? It's like ripped up. But this was a Zumba instructor registration that I did in 2017. Yes, and it was $222. It was 222, like $222 to be a Zumba instructor at that time. In March, I decided to take the class, and actually, I had put it off a couple times because I didn't feel like I could be a Zumba instructor, and I kept putting off the date to do the class. And then, actually, eventually, I decided to go, and then I decided to do it. So it was in a class. It was in a room at the Marriott Marquis in Manhattan, and I decided to train for it. And I actually did the training. And it was a whole day of just doing dance routines and learning the basics. And then they also gave us like a package of CDs to study going forward of their different dance models and different dance routines and how they do things. And then we also had to do like, it was just a lot of like dancing and exercise. It was like a whole day of all the different types of dancing because there's like four different dance routines that they do as part of Zumba is just a mix of different cultures and reggaeton, um, salsa, merengue, and Cuba, Cuba, something like that. But there's four different types of music styles, and then we do the music and the dance together, and then we had to be grouped, and then we did group dancing, and so that was that was an interesting experience for me because I've done dancing, but this was like a different way of being an instructor. And so from that, I got the instructor certificate. And the only thing was, I didn't continue to do it because I was like, okay, so now I have to continue to learn these dance moves. And it was very fast movements, and it was I didn't feel like part of my religion, like because I'm Christian, and some of the dance moves can be a little provocative because it's a lot of hip motion, a lot of gyration kind of stuff like that. But I'm sure you could adjust the movements to be more appropriate for your styling. And so I kind of let it go after that. But I did have the Zumba instructor certificate for about a year. I got trained. I got the training videos, and sometimes I still do the Zumba at home, but I didn't continue with it because I just felt like I didn't know how to adjust the music or the dancing to be a little bit less provocative. Because some of it is provocative and some of it's not, but some of it is very much fun. And what I'm trying to say is do something, even if it's out the box for you, even if it's a little bit different for you, just try it because you get to learn and experience something new. And I think from that experience, I learned that, being an entrepreneur, you take on something, you master it, and then you bring it to other people. Now, I could always go back and renew my Zumba instructor certification and then learn to. I've heard there are different kinds of Zumba. You could do Zumba for seniors, you could do Zumba for children. So you can adjust it for the different population that you're working with. And so I feel like even though I did it a long time ago, I could always pick it back up. So even something that you feel like, oh, this is out the box for me, if you just do it that one time, you gain exposure. I got exposure to being an entrepreneur as a fitness instructor, being a leader of a dance class. Just doing that gives you experience. And then you also learn that there's the mechanics behind it, the promotion, the marketing, the branding, the it's just a lot of things that you don't realize, you don't know until you get in the room and you start to learn the behind the scenes of the business of Zumba and being an instructor. If you're a Zumba instructor, you might know this already. So I just encourage you, go for something that's scary, different. At that time, years ago, so that was new for me. I didn't see myself as a Zumba instructor, but I decided to take a chance on myself and put myself out there and learn to be the Zumba leader. So if that's your desire to do something new and different, think about things that you have always wanted to try or someone has suggested for you to try, and try it. See what happens and see how you learn something new about an area that you never knew about. And so for me, I learned about being a Zumba instructor. Never thought about doing that, but it it's an opportunity, and it's also people are seeing something in me that I never saw in myself. And I think that's a good thing to try on. Try on things that people say about you and see how it goes. If people say you're a good singer, go do more singing. If people say you're a good teacher, go teach more. You know, try different things, see what works for you, get feedback, and continue to learn. Life is all about learning. It's a learning process. And I just encourage you to continue to better yourself in the new year. The new year 2024 is all about getting more of who you are, becoming more better in every way, in every version of yourself. There may be areas of yourself that you have not explored yet. Maybe it's music, maybe it's dance, maybe it's art, maybe it's books, maybe it's writing, whatever it is. Become more and more of who you are meant to be, and don't let life stop you from trying new things. So that's all for now. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it was helpful, and I'll talk to you on another video.